Good morning, Mark Hutchison. That is the Ask Mark Realtor right there. I am Mark D'Andrea, the Doctor of Real Estate. How are you this morning and what's going on in your world?
Hey, I'm doing good. It's that type of season where people finally think about being thankful for what we have and giving, because Christmas is coming up and hopefully it'll cool the mood and everyone will get along and have civil conversations again.
Well, that would be lovely. It'd be very nice. It does kind of, we were talking earlier, it does kind of transition us to our topic today, which I think is both informational and can be entertaining if you can make it so. You wanted to talk today to our clients and family and friends about scams and fraud and things of that nature platforms. Mark, you wanted to talk about what?
Yeah, we have in our society, for whatever reason, we have people that make a living by scamming and frauding people out of money or stealing packages off of porches. And we need to help. I have some senior citizen friends that get scammed or get hit on all the time. And they normally hit the elderly, and they don't, and for whatever reason, I think they think they're an easier target. And sometimes they'll scam seniors out of $5,000 to $10,000 at a pop, because they lie to the senior citizen. They just tell one story after another, and the seniors they're not IT savvy, and they don't always understand what's going on with the IT stuff and what the snake oil salesman is telling them, and they fall for this stuff. So whenever we're around older folks, we always try to filter a conversation into, have you gotten any scam calls or messages? Because we say we get them all the time. Are you getting them? How are you handling them? So we try to have that conversation, to give them support, to let them know they're not the only ones, and how we deal with it. Because, like the famous one is the IRS is calling, and if you don't call us and do blah, 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 there's a warrant out for your arrest and a policeman will be there in 10 minutes. Well, that scares the crapolies out of some people. I keep those people on the phone for 20, 30 minutes so they don't talk to anybody else, because I know it's a scam. At the end of my conversation, I say, why are you lying? Why are you scamming people? Why don't you get a real job? So there's all kinds of scam products out there. And the Attorney General has a webpage at the ohio.gov. You just go to the Attorney General's office, and you can call, you can go online to fill out the form, to file a complaint. And the number is pretty easy. It's 800-282-0515. But they've got forms for elder abuse, elder fraud, complaints against charitable organizations, Medicare fraud, scams, bid rigging, all kinds of stuff. There's so much fraud and crap going on out there. It's unbelievable. But we need to help our people that are susceptible to falling for scams. That's part of what we can do as a neighbor.
Mark, I could not agree with you more. Repeat that number one more time before I share how I feel.
Sure. It's 800-282-0515. It's the Office of the Attorney General.
Okay, the reason I made you do that, and thank you for doing that, is I think folks, if they are older and not as techno savvy, they wouldn't be likely to go online, but they sure know how to use the phone. So,
right,
guys, my wife and I and our family make a game out of this. We do the same thing you do, Mark, and try to keep these folks on the phone as long as possible. We, of course, if you block a number on your phone, they just call you from another number. It is it's this time of year, especially with credit cards and debit cards being used repeatedly at stores and things of that nature, where folks are ripe for the picking. So it's a great topic. I encourage all of you to waste as much of these people's times as you possibly can. If you have a few moments, by all means, keep them on the phone for as long as you can. If they're on the phone with you and you recognize them as a scammer, it means they're not on the phone with somebody else who may not recognize that. And in real estate, we tell our clients all the time after they've closed that they're going to begin getting phone calls and mail from folks. And as real estate agents, you and I believe, and the folks here at Red One believe, hey, our job really starts at closing. So we stay in touch with our clients forever. And it's really important that our clients, if they get something in the mail or get a phone call, they don't understand it, they have some suspicion, to just give us a call and we'll help talk and walk them through that. We feel the same way about things that are totally unrelated to real estate. We just want to be helpful, share the news that, you know, there is a place for people to go to fight this kind of stuff. And it's important, and you're right, especially with senior citizens. My father, God rest his soul, when he was alive, he would get phone calls all the time from various people. He got scammed. Simple stuff like the flowers and the garden things, the things that we plant in his garden, he got scammed on that before. So it could take all forms out there of scams, and the IRS is a really good example, but it's out there. There's a lot of it. I really appreciate this topic. We should be helping our neighbors and friends and spreading the word that that exists. You always know, right, that the phone call comes through, it's from 614, which we would all usually pick up because that's our biggest area code. And then there's that 3 or 4 second delay before the operator gets on. So it's never a person, it's always a headset wearer. You and I feel the same way about them. Not only do we want them to go out and get a better job, a real job, but we feel sorry for them because they can't do anything else in life other than steal other people's money.
Right. The other thing, Mark, is when we receive emails, they have almost perfected the email header from the legitimate company. And they try to say, okay, I'm from Amazon, you have this order for $500, you need to call us because of whatever. And they try to get your credit card number. So they don't have it perfected. There's always something wrong in what they do. So you have to look at the email or the letter that they've sent you via email to see if it's really a legitimate. And then nothing else, you just call the company. You call Amazon or you call Chase or you call whomever just to verify that, like, why did I get this? And the 99 times out of 100, oh yeah, this scam is going on. It's been going on for a while. So they know because people are reporting them. So you just need to make that phone call and reach out and verify what you received to prove that's a scam.
So handle things the old-fashioned way and actually talk to a person, I think, is your message there. So I'll give you one more story and then we'll get out of here for these folks. The other day I got what I recognized as a scam email, and I actually started to go through it and act as if I was going to cooperate because I was looking for what you just indicated, which was that little mistake that they were making, right? And I put in some information, nothing personal, and then they had a submit button. Now, you and I both know that submit is spelled S-U-B-M-I-T. You know how they had it spelled? S-U-M-B-I-T. So even just a small thing like that, a company that's professional, that is legit, is not going to misspell submit and spell it sub or some bit. Mark, thank you for having me on the call. This was a great topic and a lot of fun to talk about. Have a great week.
Thanks, Mark. You too.